Welcome to Sportle Academy's Tip of the Week. In this tutorial, we will review the registration report. When running this report, there are a few things to remember to ensure that you are generating accurate numbers. Example, if you have done a manual registration or have done an exchange of a package, please make sure that the online store filter is left blank. Other things that we will review in this tutorial are applying filters, reporting on other items, and how to run a custom report. To run a registration report, click on the Reports menu found at the top left-hand corner. Reports will be listed in alphabetical order. You can either scroll through it to find the report that you're looking for, or click on Dashboard to take you to the Reports menu. From the Dashboard menu at the top of the screen, we have grouped all the reports into different categories. This is to help you find the report you're looking for. You can also scroll through the titles of the reports that are listed in alphabetical order. Or you can start typing in the search box to find the report. For this tutorial, select the registration report. The registration report can be run in two separate ways: a summary or a detailed report. The summary report will give you a list of totals sold for the items in your catalog. If you require the names of the members who purchase each item, go to the Action button and click Go to Detailed Report. Let's first look at the different filters that are available on the detailed report. The first filter is period. Use the drop-down to select the season you want to report on. The filter for online store I want you to pay particular attention to. If you have done a manual registration or an exchange of a package, which turns into a manual registration, please make sure that you leave the filter for online store blank. 9 out of 10 times when somebody calls me asking me about their registration numbers not coming out correctly, it's because they filtered by online store and they've done a manual registration. If you are unsure if you have any manual registrations, use the filter for origin and select admin. You may also filter by gender identity by using the drop-down. You may have noticed that the other items and registration fee are grayed out. If you would like to generate a report only for registration fees or only other items, use the registration type filter. Select from the drop-down registration or other. By selecting the type registration, the fees are no longer grayed out. I can use the drop-down to narrow my search for my report. By selecting Other for my registration type filter, I can now generate a report that will include only my other items. Another very common question I receive is around the registration type filter. If you want to include registration fees and others in the same report, please make sure the registration type is left blank. Once the report is generated, there will be 2 lines for that member, one for the registration fee and one for the other item. You can also filter by the status of the registration. Use the drop-down to select your options. You can also use the filter for division. Use the drop-down to select one or more to target your search. The next filter option is date range. Use this to see registrations that came in between certain dates. Our last filter option is birth date range. You can use this to generate a report that only includes certain birth dates. To reset your filter, you can click on the Clear or Reset Filters button. You can use the drop-down to change how many lines are shown on the screen. Export your report using the drop-down in CSV or Excel, or use the Action button for Excel only. When using the search box, if you find there is no results for the member that you believe should be in your report, it could be because the report is too heavy. Try exporting it to Excel and looking for the member. Another question that gets asked a lot is what report I can use to find out who owes money for the season. In this information, I do like to use the detailed registration report, but I select Custom Reports. Click on Custom Reports. First, you will give your custom report a name. Entering a description will be optional, but if you would like to save this report and use it again, it can be helpful. Click Save Filter Values if you would like to use this report again in the future. Next, select the columns you would like for your report. For a report on who owes money, I like to use the member ID number, first name, last name, email, amount owed, division, and maybe field name. Once you've selected the columns you would want in your report, click Save. Then click on View Report. This will give you a clean report where you can easily find out who owes money for the year. We have directional arrows in the columns so you can sort by the money owed. Just a few reminders to end with. If you have done a manual registration or an exchange of a package, please make sure that the filter for online store is left blank. If you are running a report that includes registration fees and other items in the same report, they will be on 2 separate lines. And finally, if you are searching for a member on the report and you do not find them, it might be because the report is too large. Download the report in Excel and try your search.